Today we're going to use Tinkercad Sketch Revolve to make a checker in just a few minutes. So let's get cracking. Oh, of course, it all begins at tinkercad.com. It is a 100% free 3D design website. I simply choose sign in with Google. Today we're going to hit create brand new 3D design. I like to start by naming my projects, and we're going to simply call this one checker. And when we click right down here, it has already saved. Now, if today is your absolute first time using Tinkercad, I have got a ton of beginner tutorials. Please use this bit.ly right here to track them down. Now, we could create a checker with the cylinder or possibly the tube, but I want to use Sketch Revolve. When you bring this tool out, notice it does fit exactly in a 20 by 20 grid. I like to set it at the 0, 0 marker on our space. Now, if this is your first time checking out Sketch, please hit the Sketch features. This is where everything is taught to us for the first time. So much amazing information, animations, and all sorts of tips that'll help you draw better, faster. You can simply click this X to hide it. It's always here if you want to revisit it. If you prefer my tutorials, please check this bit.ly right here. This measurement right here is 1 centimeter. And we're doing the radius. So if I go from here to here, it's 10 millimeters. I'm going to choose to make mine 12 millimeters out. And then we could just simply go straight up 4 millimeters and over, and bang, you would have a simple checker. I want mine to be a little more fancy than that. So I'm going to delete that one. And once again, I'm going to click out here. I'm still going to go to the 12. But instead of the full 4 millimeters, I'm going to go 3. And then I'm going to press number 2 to make a Bezier curve. Now the second click must have a click and hold so that we can make the curve shape. Notice I moved in just a little bit, and now I'm going to go over 1, and then I'm going to go in again, and I'm going to click, hold, and twist. And if we get this straight up and down, see those lines right there? Bang, we can start to make our shape a little more custom. I don't want this curve here, so I'm going to press number 1. Click over here and finish, and all of a sudden our checker has got an awesome rounded edge. Of course, we can double click and edit. Say we want to take these points and move them out 1 whole millimeter, we can. We could also grab all these pieces and nudge them in a millimeter. If you don't like any of your curves, you can adjust them. This is called a smooth curve. Notice they bent at the same time. If I move up here, I can click on this point and make it a broken curve. This would make it so I can adjust one part and not the other. When you click on these, you can adjust them with your arrow keys. Notice they also change the rotation. This allows you to make very fine adjustments as you try and find the perfect curve for what you want to make. Now, of course, I want to keep this nice and straight, so I'm actually going to cheat, and I'm going to hit the number 1 key to turn that back into a straight line. I could also add a point. Check this out. I'm going to hit number 4, and I'm going to put a point right here. I do want these to snap, so I'm going to turn on a 0.5 millimeter nudge, and then I can add a point. Now, these do not snap when you add them, and you do have to hit V to start moving them. But now I can grab this and snap it to that half that I mentioned a moment ago. This is the whole, this is the half. The reason I did this is because now I can click on this point and I can move it up. And if I grab this area right here, I'm going to hit number 2 to switch it to a smooth curve. Right now it's a little wonky, but if I adjust this and I'm going to click on the handle and shrink it, notice they shrink at the same time, and we can make a cool, awesome curve in between those two. So we kind of get to make a transition. If I change it to 0.1, I can nudge it at different amounts. I can click on the corner of a handle and I can rotate it to get something that looks pretty sweet. Of course, we can always check it out from this angle up here. I can also go back to this one even and nudge it back a little more so it even is a little bit different sweep. You can grab the handles manually, or as I just showed you, you can use the arrow keys to nudge them to the exact amount you want. If you end up wanting this to be broken, all you do is hit 3, and now I can adjust that one so it does exactly what I want. Of course, you can click and check dimensions the entire time. If you had a reason for it to be exact, I'm actually going to use Control Z and back up all the way to where I had my favorite which was right here, and finish the sketch. Of course, if we were really making checkers, I would make one of them red, and I would make the other one black. Shift nudge to move it to the side. And then I like to make it custom, so I can choose the maximum black. Bang! Instant checker in just a few minutes. I do want to quickly show you. We can click on this and you'll see the sides aren't super smooth. You can maximize these all the way out if you want. And of course, when you're done, you can always click back here. Your design is right now saved privately, but if you want the whole world to see it, all you have to do is click Properties. Make sure the name is what you want. You can add anything you want in the description. And then if you add tags, of course, people can find it. The tag I want to highlight is HLMT23. If you add that and press enter, I check that tag every day. And of course, I'll give you a reaction. Finally, make your design public, and then you need to choose, do you want to leave it share alike where people can modify it, or do you want to set it to no derivatives where people can only see it? I'm going to leave this as no derivatives because it would make my day if users came back and followed the beginner tutorial. So wrapping up super quick, obviously, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you recognize that this is a pretty easy design to do with Sketch. There is a lot more room for you to explore and have fun. There is a bit.ly up above that shows my whole Sketch playlist. Of course, you can always check out the HLModTech digital library and find my favorite lessons there as well. I do want to quickly say thank you to everybody that supports me via YouTube memberships. Don't forget there are 3 different levels of support starting as low as $5 a month. With any level of support, you get early access to videos. A massive shout out as well to everybody that supports me via Patreon. Love how that group is growing. It has a fantastic free messaging area. You can ask questions, post designs, gain skills. Of course, you can learn more with the bit.ly up above or the link in the description. Finally, friends, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget every time you like, hype, share a video, add a comment down below, or click subscribe, you're helping HLModTech get just a little bigger, which absolutely makes my day. Friends, have a glorious day, and keep tinkering.